Hello and welcome to Livery Hub. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get up and running with our desktop application for sharing and syncing custom liveries with fellow racers. The first thing you're going to need to do is to go to our website, that's liveryhub.com, as you can see up here, and create an account. To do that, scroll to the bottom of the page and you'll find a sign up button. Click on the sign up button. And now you have two options. You can either sign in with an existing Google account. This is pretty straightforward. I'm sure you're used to it if you have a Google account. When you sign in, we don't get any sensitive information such as passwords or anything like that. We get given your email address, your first name and last name if you've included that on your profile, and your unique ID. And from that, we create an account for you, and then take you to the same dashboard that you'll go to when you create an account with this alternative method. The alternative method is to use a combination of your email address and a password for signing in. You'll need to enter an email address, a password, confirm that password just to make sure you haven't made a mistake, and then enter a display name. We prefer the display name to be your first and last name, but if you prefer to use a more anonymous nickname, you're welcome to do that as well. So I've filled in the form off screen, and now my sign up button is enabled because I've filled in the correct details for my favorite cartoon character, and I'm going to click on sign up. That will create me an account, and of course Edge is asking me if I want to save the password for that. And we've taken you to your dashboard. So your dashboard comprises two sections, as you can see. Communities will list the communities that you have joined, and liveries will list the liveries that you've uploaded via the desktop app. So the first thing I recommend you do once you get your account set up is to get the desktop app. You can actually join a community from here, and I'll come back and show you that whilst the setup is running. But to get the desktop app, you click on this button up here. Looks like a download button, and it tells you by the tooltip you can get your token and install our desktop application. Okay, on this page, the two main things you'll need to be concerned with are the link here in the middle. This is where you download the latest version of the application. You should only ever have to do this once because the application is self-updating. Each time it runs, it will check to see if there's a new version available on our server. If there is, it will prompt you to download it and install it, and then it'll restart the application automatically. If there isn't one, it will just tell you, you've got the latest version. The other very important thing to note on this page is the token. So the token is simply a string of characters which you can see by clicking on this I button here. It's been generated automatically as part of your account, and you'll always have the same one, and it's your unique identifier for the Livery Hub system. You'll need to put this into the application when the first time you start it, and then it's used to connect to our database in the cloud and get all the relevant data for you. You can either copy and paste that from this text box, or you can use this convenient button we've provided to copy that into the clipboard. Make sure you've done that before you run the application for the first time. Okay, so let's get the download started by clicking on the link. So Edge is downloading that for me now. But if I go back to my dashboard, this button here allows you to go and find communities to join. So you can join your first community from here, or you can do it from the desktop application. The same functionality is available there. So we click on this, and it then shows me a list of all of the communities that I am not yet a member of, in this case, because it's a brand new account, of course, they're all there. You can join from here if you find the community you want in the list and you recognize it, such as Livery Hub here. You can join by clicking on this button. You click on that button, it will disappear from this list and it'll be shown now on your dashboard. But if you're not sure, you want to see more details, you can use this button here. That allows you to go and see more of information about that community. The links are provided here to their website, their SimGrid if they use it, SimRacingGP if they use that, and their Discord server. As you can see here, you can join from here as well. It does exactly the same thing. I won't join there, I'll join one from the application once we get it installed. Okay, so that's communities. If I go back to my dashboard now, you'll see Livery Hub is here, and again I can view the details from here. Okay, so up here Edge has downloaded the installer package, and you can see there's a little yellow triangle telling me there's some kind of warning. And here the warning is that this is not a commonly downloaded file, and we should make sure that we trust it before we open it. And what's happening there is that the operating system and the browser are working together to protect us from ourselves. Microsoft maintains a database of commonly used applications, and what this message is saying is basically this file is not in our database, so we don't know that whether it's trustworthy or not. It's up to you to make that decision. The file hasn't actually been downloaded or been put into your downloads yet. It's still waiting for you to either cancel this or accept it. And the way that you do that is to click the three buttons, or the three dotted button here for more actions, and select keep. I assure you this is safe to do so. There is nothing wrong with it. It's just that we haven't gone to the trouble of going to the Microsoft website, uploading this file, letting them check that it is valid, and maintaining it in their database, because it's such a long-winded process and it doesn't actually happen quickly either. Even after we did that, you would have to wait until your next update, Windows update, for that information to make it to your computer. So it's safe to go into here, select keep, and now Edge is double checking. But the important thing here is it's scanned the file and it's found that there is a recognized publisher via a digital certificate that we sign the installer and all of the files in the application with. The process of signing means that there's information in that file that means if somebody tries to change it or embed a virus in it, that signature will no longer be valid. And so the Windows and browsers are able to detect that. So you can see this has a valid publisher here. It's my own personal certificate that's being used. So that's another level of confidence. That should give you another level of confidence that it's safe to go ahead. If you ever see unknown here, then you probably shouldn't download it, or you should go and double check. You can delete it again here, but the main thing you need to do is to click show more and click keep anyway. That will now copy that into our downloads folder, and we can either start it from here once it says open file, or we can go to our downloads folder and find the file there. So we'll run that from here. Okay, and this it's a standard Windows installer, so it's started a standard Windows installer wizard, and it's very simple to walk through. You need to click on next. It gives you a couple of options here. If you're sharing the computer with other people and you only want Livery Hub available to you, select only for me, otherwise just let it install it and make it available to everybody. Click next. This is the default location where it will be installed. You could change that if you wanted to, but it is the usual place that Windows puts 64-bit applications. I recommend leaving it there. Click on next, and finally install. Now, I have what they call user access control disabled, so it hasn't asked me anything further, but you may find it'll prop up and say this application needs administrative privileges. Click yes or OK to run it as an administrator. Either way, you should then be able to get it running and install. That takes a few minutes, so while it's there, let me just show you the other features of the website. So we provide you with a gallery. You can scan through this and see the sorts of liveries that have been uploaded by other users, and if they have provided links, those links are here, so again you can visit those links. All of these links open in a new window, and then you can scan through those pages to see what's there. You can't download them or install them from here. You'll need the app for that. The other thing we have here is a link to our Discord server. So click on this, you'll get taken to the Discord page to invite you to join our server. Once you complete that and accept the invitation, you'll be able to see our Livery Hub server in your Discord. In there, we provide you with a support forum. This is like a forum post-based place where you can get support. If you have any issues, please come here and create a ticket, and then one of us, usually me, will help you solve that problem. We make all announcements through the announcements channel, and we usually send them to everyone. So each new release or anything like that, we will announce it. There's a FAQ here, a few questions that you might want to, but others have asked, so you might want to get those. Down here you can provide feedback to us, so feel free to make any suggestions or give us feedback on what you think of the app. And up here, for those of you that design liveries, there is a showcase channel where you can show off any liveries, create links to websites where you market these liveries. Okay, so that's our Discord server, and it looks like our installer is finished now, so we will click on finish. And now we need to run the application. We don't run it automatically for you, but we do create some shortcuts for you. So there'll be a shortcut on your desktop. There'll be a shortcut in the start menu. So through here, clicking on all apps, you'll be able to scroll down and eventually find Livery Hub there somewhere. It's in alphabetical order, so there it is. Yeah, so you can run it from there, or the way I generally run things is by clicking on this search button here. Because it's new, it's been put in here for you, but you can just type in Livery Hub into there. So all the usual shortcuts are there for you to find it. And of course, once you've found it, you can always right click and pin it to your start menu or pin it to the taskbar. I usually have it pinned to the taskbar so that it's always down here for me, but that's entirely up to you. Okay, so I will run it. Now, the first time you run it, it's going to pop up a window asking you for that token. If you've done as I said and you've got it in your clipboard, you can simply click this button and it will paste the token in there. If not, you'll need to go back to the website to get that and paste it into here and then click on continue. If you click cancel, the application just won't start. You can't do anything until we have this token. So it's important that you get that and copy it in there. So you might have noticed this little message box popped up earlier on. This is what will happen each time you start the application. It's gone to our server and it's checked, found there is no new version, so it's just telling you, yeah, it's done the check and you've got the latest version. So you click on OK, and now you're into the application. Okay, so in the application, you've got a dashboard, a tool for managing your liveries, and another gallery. The dashboard is the main area where you'll work, and it's divided into 3 sections, as you can see. On the left are the communities that you have joined, and you can see it's got the community that I joined from the website. The middle section shows you any activities that the owners or leaders of the community have registered. An activity can be an individual event, a season, a championship, pretty much anything that they want it to be, depends on how they want to run the community. And communities basically have a start and end date, and so this will show as long as the start date is within the next 2 weeks or the activity is running, is still active in that 2 weeks. Activities and communities are basically the two levels that we allow you to link a livery to. Hence, we've got link livery buttons here on each activity and over here on the community. The third section, My Livery Cloud, will show you all of the liveries that you've uploaded. And before you can really do anything with Livery Hub, you're going to need to do exactly that. So if you don't want to share your liveries, then you can, of course, just use these sync buttons here to download other people's liveries. But if you want to share a livery, you're going to need to go to My Liveries and upload one of these liveries to our cloud, or one or more of these liveries to our cloud. The ones that are valid for upload are indicated by these red buttons with an arrow indicating it's ready to upload. And once it's uploaded, you'll get a little cloud icon. So let me just upload one of these. I've got to do one that I haven't done before with another account. So I'll click on this one. When you do so, you get this little message box showing you the name of the livery, what cars it's be used by, what custom car definitions in ACC it's used by. And the only thing you have to do is upload a preview image. So I'll click Browse here, go to My Pictures, and this is not the correct image, but I'm going to upload it anyway. This is for the Mercedes that I drive. You can optionally put in here the name of the designer and the URL, or any URL they have to a website. I'm not going to bother with that for now. This image needs to be the livery applied to the car. If it's not, then we will manually at some point spot that through the galleries and through our own tools, and we will hide your livery from the galleries. You'll still be able to use it with your community and for activities, but it won't be appearing in the gallery unless it is a valid image that is the livery applied to the car. So click Upload. That will take a second or two to upload, and now you can see there's a little cloud icon next to that to indicate it's already in the cloud. And if I go to my dashboard, it'll appear here in the right-hand section. A couple more things about the Livery Manager. You've got a delete button for each of the liveries. So if you wanted to use, you can use this to clean up. And if you want to clean up multiples, you can select these checkboxes over here and then hit the delete button at the top. Delete is the only thing we support multi-select for, because the others are just too complicated to maintain to do that. You can rename one. So if you try to upload a livery that's already been uploaded by somebody else, you'll get told, hang on, you can't do that. Somebody else has already uploaded that one. And if you want to still upload this livery for your use, you're going to have to rename it. And that's what this other button will help you do. If you make changes to a livery and you want to upload the latest version, just simply repeat the process. This one here is already uploaded, so if I click on this button, you can see it's already populated the image that's being used for it. I can choose a different image if I want to, and when I upload now, it will repackage that livery and upload it and overwrite the one that's already in the cloud. So that's the Livery Manager. Okay, so now that you have a livery uploaded, you can share it with with your other racers who are racing at a activity level, or you can share it at a community level, or both. It's entirely up to you, or it's entirely up to how your community chooses to work. In both cases, you see you've got a link livery button here. So we'll click link. Shows me a simple window that provides a list of the liveries that I have uploaded. So this list should match what's over here. Select livery, click the tick button, and this will just confirm that that's been set up. And then you can see on this tile here, it's showing which livery I have linked. So you can use that to check whether you have actually linked anything to that activity. Or you can also link it to a community. So I'll link it over here to this same community. And click link. Again, it will confirm that. Reload, and you can see which liveries you have linked. This one could be a comma separated list, whereas that will only ever be one. Before we look at syncing, let's join another community. You can do that over here from the community section and click on this button here. This will, similar to the website, it will show you a list of communities that are available, and you can either search for them or scroll through the list to find one. I'm going to join this one because I know there'll be some stuff to sync with that. Okay, so that's removed it from this list and displayed it over here on the left-hand side. We can close this window, and sometimes it refreshes, sometimes it doesn't. If I click on this, it will refresh and show me the events from that new community. It should do that automatically, but some people, as I've just found there, it doesn't happen immediately. It's something I have to look into. So the next thing we need to look at is syncing. Yep. So I can either sync at this level or I can sync at a community level. So if I click here on the sync button, this will show a small window just showing you the progress. It's found 46 liveries and it's slowly working its way through them. Okay, so I paused the recording for a while so you didn't have to watch that. It's now downloaded them all and giving you a confirmation that that's all been done, so, and that you're up to you're in sync with that community. Okay, so for what syncing basically does is downloads each package that's been linked to that community or activity and installs the livery. And you can confirm that by going to Livery Manager, and you can see there's a whole bunch here that weren't there before. They've all been installed on your machine, now ready for you to use in the sim. Now I'm going to do one more quick sync here. And this will allow me to show that the cleanup side of things is safe. So now that we've synced both a community and an activity, at some point we might want to clean up, and that's one of the key motivators for creating this application. So if I wanted to clean up this event, so that this activity, so the activity's finished, may have been a season or event, and I no longer want those liveries on my machine, I can click the cleanup button here. And you can see it's done a bit of cleanup, but it's giving you a message here. It's telling you 6 liveries are linked to other activities or communities and were not removed. 6 liveries were removed from your computer. So 6 out of the 12 liveries that were linked to this activity are also linked to this community over here. So that's what it's talking about here. It has not removed those 6 from your computer because they were linked elsewhere. But these the other 6 were only linked to that activity, therefore it was safe for them to be removed, and that's happened. They've been cleaned up, no longer taking up space on your computer. For any of these, if you want to see what liveries are linked, you can click on the button, Link Liveries button, and then you can just scroll through to see what is there, and that applies to both communities or activities. Chances are there'll be more on here. And that's pretty much the application in a nutshell. If you click on one other little tool we've got for you is the livery gallery. So if you're not involved in the community, or you don't want to sync at a community level, or you want to just get a livery that somebody else has created, you can come and browse through this gallery and click the install button. That will install that, but that won't be included in any cleanup. It will never be cleaned up unless it happens to be linked to a community or an activity at some point. Other things that you might want to look at. So under help we have about. The main thing you might want to do here is check that you've got the correct version. After we make an announcement, it's worth, and you install the updates, worth checking that that is the version we've said. To check for updates, you can go to help and click check for update. This will do exactly the same thing as it does when the application starts, but it will check it. So if you keep it running all the time, you can use that. And we also have a link to our website there if you want to use that, but also we have a log viewer. A lot of logging is going on in the background as the application does things, and this allows you to view that log in a sort of tabular format. We may ask you to come and look at this if you're asking us for support, or we may give you instructions on how to get the actual log files and send them to us, but I won't go through that now. So that's Livery Hub in a nutshell. Thanks for downloading it. I hope you find it useful, and don't forget to talk to us in Discord, get help from us, or give us some feedback over there. Thanks for watching.